Okay, so like I said, I finally figured out how to prune my lilacs to get good blooms. So I used to just prune them all completely back. So every year, this is where I made cuts last year. I left long ones, but every year I used to cut them so that the whole plant would just stay small. But last year I cut and left shoots, and then the blooms all grew off those longer shoots that I left. So basically I'm gonna end up with a taller plant instead of a bushier plant. But so far, I mean, the branches that I left, the tall branches that I left are just loaded with blooms. So I'm trying to see if you can find good examples of where I used to make cuts. So in here, you can see where I used to make cuts, and I would do that to, you can kind of see, I would do that to the whole shrub, but then you can see where I left this whole branch, and if you follow that branch out, that's this one that I'm holding from in there, it was just filled with blooms. So I'm still experimenting because I don't want it to get crazy big, but leaving that taller shoot instead of cutting the whole thing back, leaving some tall ones, that's where I got the blooms. And it's not just this plant. I did the same thing on my other lilac over here, which maybe you can see the cuts a little better from the back side here. So you can see where I used to make cuts, all of them. I wanted to keep it really small and bushy. So even like right in here, I used to prune the whole thing that height to keep it a tight bush, but then over the last couple of years I wasn't getting blooms. So I left these long shoots, and at the end of the long shoots, that's where I get the blooms. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I've got some lilacs to bloom this year. I'm gonna look into it more though, because I don't want it to keep getting crazy tall. So I guess we'll see what happens next year. Anywho, have a good day.